Good morning, students. In the last lecture of web application development using PHP, we were discussed about the concept of constructor and destructor. Constructor is nothing but it is a special member function whose task is to initialize the object of a class. And opposite to that, the destructors are used to destroy the objects that are created by a constructor. Whenever we are creating an object of a class, at that time the constructor is automatically called. Okay. Now, in this lecture, we will start our next point, that is PHP inheritance. Now, in this lecture, we will see the concept of inheritance. Inheritance is also one of the object-oriented programming feature. Okay, you know that in a C++ or in a Java language, you were already learned the concept of inheritance. What do you know about the inheritance? Inheritance means deriving a class from old one. Okay, here by using inheritance concept, we are creating a new class from the old class. The new class consists a number of properties of a old class also. Okay, now let's see the concept of inheritance in detail. Okay, in object-oriented programming, inheritance enables a class to use properties and methods of existing class. Because we are inheriting, means we are creating a class by using a old defined class. Okay, in a object oriented programming, whenever we are using a inheritance to the class, then that enables to use of the properties and methods that are defined in a existing class. Suppose there are two classes A and B. A is an old class and B is an derived class. Then at this condition, the B class consists of the number of properties and methods of an existing class A. Often while coding, we come across situations wherein we have to create a new class with all functionalities of an existing class and some additional methods, more like an extension to an existing class. In such cases, we can either copy all the properties and methods of existing class into the new class to make them available in a new class, or we can simply inherit the old class in a new class. By using an inheritance concept, we are reusing a particular code. Here, the code reusability facility made available by using an inheritance concept, because here we are using already defined methods, already defined functions and properties of one class into another class. Then there may be another one thing is that whenever we are creating a new class, that we know that that class consists of properties and methods of old class, but that new class also add some additional methods or additional properties to its own. Okay, it can copy the existing class properties and method, but as well as it can add its new properties and methods into it. The class which is inherited is called as parent class or superclass or the base class. The class is inherited, that means the old class, okay, that class is called as parent class, or it is also called as superclass, or it is also known as a base class. Or while the class which is inheriting other class is called as a child class or subclass or derived class. See, suppose there are two classes A and B. A is an old class and B is an derived class from a class A. Then at that condition, A class is called as either parent class or superclass or the base class. And the derived class B is called as child class or subclass or the derived class for a class A. This is all about the inheritance. Now, we will see what are the different types of inheritance present in a PHP. There are 4 types of inheritance supported by a PHP language. First one is the single inheritance. In a single inheritance, you know that in a single inheritance, there is an one base class, and by that base class, there is an one derived class. The derived class is created by using a single base class. That type of inheritance we called as single inheritance. Let's see this example. In this example, A is an base class and B is an derived class. For class B, there is an only one parent class. There is an only one base class. There is an only one parent class. So, this type of inheritance we called as single inheritance. Okay, now we will see one example of single inheritance in PHP. Okay, now here I started a XAMPP control panel. Now I will call the localhost. We will see the example of single inheritance, how the single inheritance is implemented in a PHP. Okay, I will call localhost. Okay. In HTTP docs, I already created TYCO folder. Okay, I will call that particular path. Okay, in TYCO folder, in experiment number 8, I am created the program for a single inheritance. Okay, single.php. See. See the program. In a C, there is an path XAMPP. In a XAMPP, there is an one folder htdocs. Check in htdocs, there is an TYCO folder. In that TYCO folder, I am created folder experiment number 8, and in that experiment number 8, there is a file for single inheritance. See, open that particular file. Okay, now see, the file is open. This is a program for single inheritance. First, there are basic HTML and body tags are there. Then next to the body tag, there is an PHP canonical tag. In a PHP canonical tag, here I am created the program for single inheritance, in which the base class is an A class. Okay, there is one class called A. Okay, in that class here we can define a properties and methods for that particular A class. Okay, because we already know that whenever we are writing a class definition, in that class definition it consists of the number of properties, that means the number of variables and the functions that we call as methods associated with it. Okay, now here a class A is created. In that particular class A, there is an function this1. This one function is defined by using a function keyword, because whenever we want to create any function in a PHP, then the function is created by using a function keyword. First of all, we want to write a function keyword. After the function keyword, we want to specify the name for the method or the name for the function. The function name is this1. This one function simply displays the message as hello PHP. Okay, then function body is completed. After the function declaration definition is completed, our class is completed. Okay, this is a class definition for class A. This is our class A. Okay, now we want to derive a new class B of class A. Here we are deriving a new class B from a already defined class A. Here class A is an parent class, or it is also called as superclass. Okay. Now we are deriving a class A to the class B. Okay. Here class B is derived from class A. How the inheritance is applied in a PHP? By using a extend keyword, we are deriving a particular class. So here class B extends A. That means here new class, derived class B is created by using a class A. Now the function, the class definition, that is the class B's function or the properties are written here. So simple, I am taken here the function as this2, which will display a message as Java. Okay, this is a class definition for our derived class B. Now, after the class definition is completed, now here we are creating an object for a defined class. Okay, how the objects are created in a PHP? The objects are created in a PHP by using a new keyword. Okay, obj is an object for a class B. Here obj object is created by for a class B. How? $obj is equals to new B. That means here object is created. Obj object is created for a derived class B. And by using that particular object, we are calling a different methods associated with a class, different functions associated with a class. First, the this1 function is called by using a object, and second one is the by using that particular object, we are calling a second this function. Okay, this is a single inheritance. Okay. Whenever you are going to execute this particular program, you will get the output as hello PHP, and after that there is a Java, because hello PHP is a method for a class A. First this method is executed object calling this particular method, so it will display a message as hello PHP. After that it will display a Java code or Java statement. This is a single inheritance. Okay, now we will see another type of inheritance, that is multi-level inheritance. Okay, in a multi-level inheritance, there are this type of inheritance consists of multiple levels. Okay, in short, in this one derived class is created by using another derived class. Suppose here is an class A. This is an parent class. Okay, but this is a parent class for a class B. After that, the class C is derived by using a class B. So for a class C, there is an parent class as a class B. This is a child class for a class B, and class B is a child class for a class A. So here multiple levels are present. So this type of inheritance we called as multi-level inheritance. Okay, let's see the example for the multi-level inheritance. Let's see the code for multi-level inheritance. Okay, here three different classes are defined as a class A, class B and class C. Class A is an grandparent class. Okay, class B is an parent class and class C is an child class. Okay, see the class A is our first class. Okay, now our class is defined. Okay, in a class definition we know that there are a class properties, that means variables. It consists of variables and different methods. The class A consists of a method, that is this one. Okay, that this one function simply displays a message as grandparent. This is a class definition for class A. Now another one class is derived for class B, which is derived by class A. The second class B is derived by using a class A, which having a properties of class A. The class B is derived from by using a class A. In that class, we are defining a one function, that is this2, which will display a message as grandparent. Okay. Now, the third class, that is class C, is defined which extends the properties of class B. Okay. This is an B is an base class for a class C. This is a child class, and this class consists of a method, that is this3, which will display a message as child message. Okay, this is and all the class definitions for 3 classes. Now we are going to create a object of a class. Okay, now here we are creating a object of a class, derived class, that is class C. And by using that object, we are calling a different functions written in a class. The obj object is created for a class C. And by using a obj object, we are calling a different methods, that are this1, this2 and this3. So it will display whenever you are going to execute this particular program, then you will get the output. As first it will display a grandparent message, because the this1 function is called by object first. Obj class object first. Now after that it will display a message as parent, because after this one calling, this2 function is called by the object, and after that the this3 is called. This is multi-level inheritance. See the output. First it will display the grandparent, after that it will display a parent, then after that it will display a child. This is a multi-level inheritance. Now, there is another type of inheritance present in a PHP, that is hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical means tree representation. In that there is one base class, okay, and by using that one base class, we are deriving a multiple derived class. In a hierarchical representation, there is a tree representation. That means there is one root, and by that root there are different classes are created. That type of inheritance we called as hierarchical inheritance. See the structure. In this structure, the class A is an base class for a classes B, C and D. The class A is an only one parent class, one super class, and by using that class we are deriving 3 different classes, that is class B, class C and class D. Okay, now we will see the program demonstration for the hierarchical inheritance. Let's see the program for hierarchical inheritance. Okay, let's see the program. See this program. In this program, one class is created, that is parent class. Okay, parent class is an one base class. Okay, in that base class, we are defining a one variable var. Var is an one variable which having a string, that is this is a first var. This is a first var is an one string. Okay, then a name variable is declared. Okay, now the function is called, and in that function we are assigning a value to that particular function. Here we are give the parameter to the function. Okay, then the next function is defined set first name. Okay, that set the first name function assigns a first name to that particular class. Okay, now the second class is defined as child1. Child1 is an child class for a class parent class. Okay, this is first child of a class parent class. Okay, which extends a parent class. Okay, in that the setVal function is defined. Okay, that setVal function assigns a first name to the function. Then the function getVal is defined, which will display the first name assigned by a function. This is the class definition for a first child of a class, parent class. Now the second child is defined also by the parent class. The second child class is defined here, which extends a parent class. That means the parent class having a two childs. Okay, child 1 class is there and second class is and child 2. And by using a set val function, we are assigning a value for the function, and there is an also the get val function available with a child class 2, which gets a first name for from the function. Okay, now here we are creating a object of a class. Here we are creating a object by using a new keyword. Okay, first object is created for a first child. Okay, obj1 is an object for a first child class 1 class. Okay, now by using an object, we are calling a methods defined by a child 1 class, that are set val and get val. Okay, now the second object is created for a second child. obj2 is an object for a class child 2. Then by using a particular obj2 object, we are calling a different methods associated with a second child class. Okay, this is a program for hierarchical inheritance. So okay, after execution of this particular program, we will get the output like this. See the output. First it will display a this is first child class. Okay, and after that it will display a second child class and second child. That means this is a base class and these two are the second two child classes for a parent class. This is hierarchical inheritance. Then last type of inheritance present in a PHP, that is multiple inheritance. You know that in a multiple inheritance, there are multiple base classes and present, and by using a multiple classes, we are deriving a single class. That is multiple inheritance. The hierarchical inheritance and multiple inheritance are opposite to each other, because in a hierarchical inheritance there is an only one base class, and by using that one base class we are deriving the number of derived classes. But opposite to that, in a multiple inheritance there are multiple base classes are present, and by using that multiple classes we are deriving a single derived class. See the multiple inheritance in detail. The PHP does not support multiple inheritance. Actually, the PHP does not support the multiple inheritance concept. Okay, but by using interfaces in PHP or using a traits in a PHP instead of classes, we can implement it. Okay, but the multiple inheritance in PHP we are implemented by using either a trait or by using a interfaces. There are two options for implementing multiple inheritance in PHP, either by using a concept of interfaces or either by using a concept of traits. Now we will see the example how the multiple inheritance is implemented by using a traits. Traits means what? What is the Marathi meaning of traits? Traits means गुणधर्म. Okay. एखादा स्पेसिफिक आपल्याला जर पॅटर्न डिफाइन करायचा असेल तर आपण काय यूज करणार आहे? ट्रेट्स. ओके. सी व्हॉट इज अ ट्रेट? The trait is a type of class which enables multiple inheritance. Trait is nothing but it is a one type of class which supports the multiple inheritance concept in a PHP. Okay, classes, case classes, objects and traits can all extend no more than one class, but it can extend multiple traits at a same time. It can implemented in a PHP that multiple traits can executed at a time. It can be executed simultaneously. Let's see the program for multiple inheritance. See, this is the program for multiple inheritance. We know that in a multiple inheritance, there are multiple base classes and present, and by using that multiple base classes, we are deriving a class. Okay, there are multiple base classes and only one derived class. Okay, so see here, by using a trait in a PHP, we can implement the multiple inheritance. There are two ways for implementing that. First is and by using a interfaces concept like Java. In Java, you also use the interfaces concept. Like that, in a PHP also, you can use either a interfaces concept or by using a trait concept, you can implement a multiple inheritance. Here by using a trait, I am shown here how the multiple inheritance is achieved in a PHP. Here first class A is defined, which consists of method this one. Okay, this one function simply displays message. Okay, class A. Okay, here simple program I'm taken here. The class A is an base class. Okay, in that base class, here a one function is defined, that is this one. The this one in this program, the this one function only displays a message. This displays a message as class A. Now for a second base class, first base class is an A. Okay, that is defined by using a class keyword. But the second base class is defined by using a trait keyword. Okay, trait B. Okay, then this consists of a message, that is this two. This function is also displays a message for that particular class. This will display a message as class B. This is a second class definition. So in this program, there are two base classes. First is an class A and second one is an class, that is trait B. This is an also a second base class. Okay, now there is an one derived class, that is C. Here we are extending only a class, first base class. But after in a class definition, we are using a second base class also. Okay, see the second base class, how we defining a second class base class by using a trait. Okay, by using a trait. Okay, same class is used here. By using a use keyword, we are calling a second class, second base class, that is B. And for a class C, we used here these three functions for displaying a class C message. Now we are creating an object of derived class. We are also, in inheritance, we always creating the object of a derived class. So here obj is an object created of a class C, because class C is an our derived class. Here in a multiple inheritance, here A and B are base classes and C is an our derived class. So here we are creating a object of a class C. And by using this particular class, we are calling the this one function, this two and these three function. This is the program for multiple inheritance. Whenever you are executing this particular program, all the classes are called by using a object of a class C. This is a multiple inheritance. These are the different types of inheritance present in a PHP. Here I am given the syntax for defining a trait. Okay, in a program also I am shown how the trait is used. Trait class is defined by using a trait keyword. Okay, and how to use that class in a derived class, simply by using a use keyword. We are calling a trait class in a derived class. Trait classes are another one base classes. Okay, okay, these are the number of these are the different types of inheritance present in a PHP. Now you want to complete the experiment number 8. What is experiment number 8? See, see what is the experiment number 8. Experiment number 8 is the write a PHP program to inherit members of a superclass in subclass. That means here you want to apply an inheritance concept. Here you want to implement the programs for all type of inheritance. And here is an second one statement, create constructor to initialize object by using a object oriented concept. And here you want to apply a constructor concept. नाउ इन दिस एक्सपेरिमेंट तुम्हाला काय काय करायचं आहे, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इनहेरिटन्सचे सगळे प्रोग्राम करायचे आहेत आणि सेकंड काय करायचे आहेत, कन्स्ट्रक्टरचे प्रोग्राम करायचे आहेत. ओके, सेम लास्ट टाइम प्रमाणे एक फर्स्ट एक्सपेरिमेंट टायटल लिहायचं आहे. टायटल नंतर तुम्ही काय प्रोव्हाइड करायचं आहे, तर प्रॅक्टिकल सिग्निफिकन्स, त्यानंतर हे लिहायचं नाही आहे. त्यानंतर डिरेक्टली मिनिमम थेरॉटिकल बॅकग्राऊंड पॉइंट लिहायचं आहे, तिथून सगळं कंप्लीट करायचं आहे. इथं मी थेरी कशाची दिले, इनहेरिटन्स म्हणजे काय आणि कन्स्ट्रक्टर म्हणजे काय हे कंप्लीट करायचं आहे. त्यानंतर डिस्ट्रक्टरची सुद्धा थेरी दिलेली आहे, डिस्ट्रक्टर सुद्धा कंप्लीट करा. ओके, त्यानंतर क्वेश्चन्स दिलेले आहेत बघा. राईट अ सिंपल पीएचपी प्रोग्राम टू इनहेरिटर मेंबर्स ऑफ सुपर क्लास इनटू अ सब क्लास. ओके, इथं काय करायचे आहेत, सगळ्या टाइप्सच्या इनहेरिटन्सचे प्रोग्राम लिहायचे. जसं आता मी तुम्हाला सगळे इनहेरिटन्सचे प्रोग्राम दाखवलेत, सिंगलचा दाखवलाय, मल्टिपलचा दाखवलाय, हेराचिकलचा दाखवलाय आणि मल्टी लेवलचा. चारीचे प्रोग्राम विथ आउटपुट लिहायचं आहे. ऑलरेडी मी प्रोग्राम दाखवलेले आहेत. ओके, द नेक्स्ट इथं कन्स्ट्रक्टरचा प्रोग्राम लिहायचा आहे. लास्ट लेक्चरला आपण कन्स्ट्रक्टर बघितलेला आहे. मी पीपीटी सुद्धा शेअर करते, पीपीटी बघा. कन्स्ट्रक्टरचा प्रोग्राम लिहायचा आहे. कोणत्याही टाइपचा कन्स्ट्रक्टर घ्या, पॅरामीटराइज्ड घ्या, अदरवाइज डिफॉल्ट कन्स्ट्रक्टर घ्या. आणि नेक्स्ट एक्सरसाइज मध्ये मी डिस्ट्रक्टरचा प्रोग्राम दिलेला आहे, डिस्ट्रक्टरचा प्रोग्राम लिहायचा आहे. हा तुमचा आहे एक्सपेरिमेंट नंबर 8. आता एक्सपेरिमेंट नंबर 8 सुद्धा काय करायचं आहे, कम्प्लीट करून ठेवायचं आहे. ओके, okay, thank you.